Let's go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Niners Sickness Podcast, your Niners online hangout. Grab your favorite beverage and enjoy the podcast. How's everybody doing on this Friday? How's everyone doing on this Friday afternoon? Welcome to the channel. What's up, Lucky? How you doing, Lucky? Welcome to the channel, brother. What's up, Johnny? Johnny in the house. How you doing, Johnny? Thank you for wiping your feet, Lucky. I appreciate that. Before we proceed, please make sure to wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing today? I hope everyone is having a awesome day. We're going to do a little bit of a schedule prediction on your San Francisco 49ers. I know it's early. I know it's May. I know a lot of things can happen between today and September the 11th. But what the heck? This is what we do. Let's have some fun and let's do a score prediction. What's up, Grayson Nelson? Welcome. Good afternoon, brother. Good afternoon. So, we're going to do a score prediction. There is the schedule. The schedule is on the screen. We're going to look at the schedule and we're going to determine, I'm going to determine what record the 49ers is projected to have in the 2022 season based on the roster, our first-time starting quarterback, Trey Lance, and of course, the opponents that we play. Now, this is just a prediction. This is not setting in stone. So don't hate me if you don't like my record. And I know that we're in May. Anything can happen in September. But listen, what the heck? It's May. Why not do an early edition score prediction for the fun of it? Let's do it just for the fun of it. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready. Sound the alarm. Here we go. Week 1. We open up the season in Chicago, the Windy City. Trey Lance versus Justin Fields, the two young quarterbacks entering their second year. Now, Justin Fields has a little bit more experience in the NFL than Trey, but I think that Trey has the better team, the better cast surrounding Trey. So we open up in Chicago. Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. We don't know what the Bears are going to be like. They don't have no identity. New coach. Taking over for Coach Nagy last year. We don't know where they're at. So, is this a winnable game? Absolutely. Mariah, how you doing, Mariah? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Good to see you, my 49er faithful friend. Good to see you. So, we start the week in Chicago against the Bears. The Bears. We don't know what the Bears are going to be. What we do know is the 49ers are a better team than the Bears. So I take this as a W. Niners start their season with a W. Now, week 2, they come home to face the Seattle Seahawks without Russell Wilson. What kind of team is Seattle going to be without Russell Wilson? They now have Drew Luck. He's going to be sporting the same number on the back of his jersey, but he's not going to give us the same production that Russell Wilson did. So Seattle comes to Levi to open up our home opener against Seattle. This, my friends, will be a win. So the Niners are starting 2-0. Kind of familiar, right? From last year. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, brother? Lucky says, but no injuries. Hopefully no injuries. So, we're 2-0. We're heading on to a Sunday night game at Denver against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos added a quarterback. They needed a quarterback. They have a solid offensive line, a solid receivers. We don't know what's happening with Jerry Jeudy, but I expect him to play. Their defense is really good. They added DJ Jones, as we all know. Their secondary is good. We're playing at Mile High. Can the Niners go into Denver and get a win? It is possible. It is possible. Will they, though? This can go either way. But I'm going to give this to the Broncos, and I'm going to give the first loss, to the Niners. So the Niners are now 2-1. 2-1. What's up, Johnny? He says, really, Drew Luck is going to be wearing Wilson's number? Well, Drew Luck wore number 3 in Denver. That was the number that Drew Luck wore in Denver, number 3. So I assume he's going to be wearing number 3 now that it's available in Seattle. So we're 2-1. What's up, Moses? Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. Perfect. My lunch. There you go, brother. So we're 2-1. Now we face the Rams at home on a Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. We play the Rams. The Rams, to me, did not get better. They got worse. Yes, they added Allen Robinson. They added Bobby Wagner. But they also lost their left starting tackle to retire, their left right guard to free agency. They're going to have to replace those two on the offensive line. They lost Von Miller, their top pass rusher. These are not the same Rams that we faced last year in the NFC Championship game. Now, they still have Matthew Stafford. They still have Cooper Kupp, Ramsey in defense, and Aaron Donald. But I expect this game to be won by the 49ers. So I give a W to the Niners in this game. So now we beat the Bears. We beat Seattle. We lost to the Broncos, and we just beat the Rams. So we're 3-1. 3-1. Now we go to Carolina. We go to Carolina and we face the Panthers. Who are the Panthers starting over there? Who's going to be their quarterback? Their coach is on the hot seat. The Niners are a way better team than the Panthers. So I give this win to the Niners. So the Niners are now 4-1. Now, the next game, we play against Atlanta. In my opinion, Atlanta is the worst team roster in the NFL right now. They are even worse than the Seattle Seahawks. Now, can this be a trap game? Absolutely. Can the Niners overthink this? Yes. But I think that Kyle Shanahan will have his troops well prepared. They will go into Atlanta and beat the Falcons. So we will be 5-1. 5-1. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel, brother. We will be 5-1. Now, the 49ers come back home to face Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, they will be without Hill on offense. They're going to be without their starting safety on defense. They added some good pieces to their roster. They do have Patrick Mahomes. This is going to be a close game between the Niners and Kansas City. Trey Lance versus Patrick Mahomes. I actually expect Patrick Mahomes to have Trey Lance to have a very good game in this one. And believe it or not, I'm giving this win to the Niners over the Kansas City Chiefs. So now we're 6-1. Now we go to LA, our second home, which we like to call Levi South. And we play the Rams again. Who would have thunk it that we would have played the Rams twice before even reaching our bye? So now we're playing at Levi South. We're playing the Rams in their stadium. I know that we have beaten the Rams every year twice. Pretty much own the Rams. I expect the Rams to play us a little bit better this year than the years past. What is going on, Coach Dante? How you doing, Coach Dante? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you. So I expect the Rams to play us a little bit better the second time around, and I'm going to give this win to the Rams. So the Rams and the Niners will split one game apiece. So now we are at 6-2. 6-2. Going into our bye. I like it. We're 6-2 going into the bye. Jamie Bryant, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. So, we have the bye week 9, which I like personally. It is kind of like the middle of the season. We get a free start after the bye week, and we play. We come off, and we start hot against the Chargers. Primetime game. Now, this is Justin Herbert and company. Joey Bosa. I believe they have Khalil Mack, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a team that can play good at times and can play bad. I believe if we can put pressure on Justin Herbert and rattle him, get him off his game, we can be effective. I think we can be effective. But their pass rush is very, very good as well. And they're going to go after Trey Lance. Is this where Trey Lance makes a few rookie mistakes because of the pressure of the defense of the Chargers? Can the Niners beat the Chargers coming off a bye week, rested, and well prepared? Yes, they can. And I'm not being a homer here. I'm not going to give like all the wins to the Niners. I'm being realistic based on the matchups of the 49ers. So I give this win to the Niners. So the Niners are 7-2. We are 7-2. We beat the Chargers only because we had to bye, and we had a whole extra week to prepare for the Chargers. Now, we play Arizona. But we don't play Arizona in Arizona. We're going to play Arizona in Mexico City, Estadio Azteca. And we know that the 49er fan base travels very well. They travel better than Arizona. So I expect to be more Niner fans at that stadium than Arizona. So the Niners will beat the Arizona Cardinals in Estadio Azteca, Mexico City. Niners will win. So the Niners are now 8-2. 8-2. Now we play the New Orleans Saints. Can the Saints be a trap game? We're coming back from Mexico City. The Saints they got better. Now there's a question mark at their quarterback position, but they got better. They got better receivers. They got a good defense. Can the Niners come back home from Mexico City and beat the Saints? What is going on, Benjamin? Ninja Niner Fields, how you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Can the Niners come back home after winning a great game in Mexico City against a division foe, the Cardinals? Can we beat the Saints? Thank you, Benjamin, for wiping your feet. I appreciate it, brother. I think the Niners can beat the Saints, but I'm going to give this win to the Saints. What? I believe the Niners can beat the Saints, but I'm going to give this win to the Saints for now. And we'll see what happens. So now we're 8-3. 8-3. We play the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel comes back. Teacher versus student. The Dolphins did a lot this offseason, but they still have an offensive line that I am not completely sold out on. I'm not a believer in Tua. I don't know what Hill's going to do for that offense. He's going to realize that Tua is not Patrick Mahomes. So, we'll beat Miami at home. The teacher will beat the student. And I see the Niners beating the Dolphins at home. So now we're 9-3. 9-3. Now we play Tampa Bay. This is interesting. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, the receivers they have, the defense they have, they're very good defensively. They stop the run very well. They're going to put pressure on Trey Lance. They're going to put pressure on Trey Lance. This is where our offensive line struggles a little bit. And we take an L to the Bucks. And we lose to the Bucks. Now we're 9-4. 9-4. Now we play Seattle. Now, I think this game is going to be flexed just because I don't think Seattle is going to be good enough for the primetime game. And unfortunately, because Seattle is going to be so bad, they're probably going to flex us out from this primetime game. Mark my words. I don't like it. They shouldn't do it. If anything, they should give us the Raider game instead of the Seattle game on primetime. In my opinion. Jamie says, lost to Miami and lost to Tampa. Benjamin says, we will beat the Saints. Johnny says, Tariq Hill and Tua is Honda Civic, and Hill realized that Tua is not even a Civic, but a Geo Metro. I love that. Roberto, I want to see our defense versus Tampa. Tom Brady, I like it. Win Seattle, win in Washington, win the Raiders, and win Cardinals, a 4-game winning streak. I think you meant to say streak, not street. But I got you. All right. So we're 9-4. We just lost to Tampa. We're playing the Seahawks. I don't expect the Seahawks to beat us this year. Even in Seattle, even with the 12-man, I don't expect Drew Luck to be Russell Wilson. And if you recall last year, Even with Russell Wilson, the Niners were beating Seattle if it wasn't for our bad special teams. And we fixed that. Our special teams, in my opinion, lost the game in Seattle. So we'll beat Seattle. So we will be 10-4. 10-4. Now, we're playing the Washington Commanders. Now, I don't know why, for reasons that I cannot explain. We struggle against Carson Wentz. Why do we struggle against Carson Wentz? I don't know. We struggled against him when he was with Philly 2 years ago, and we struggled with him last year when he was the quarterback for the Colts. That Commanders defense is stout. They have great front four, couple of good linebackers, and a decent secondary. Their defense is kind of mirrored a lot like the 49ers. And again, for reasons that I cannot explain, we struggle against Carson Wentz. Now, this game should be won. We should win this game against Carson Wentz. But I'm going to give Washington the win. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully we get over the Carson Wentz saga and we can beat the Commanders. But I'm going to give the Commanders this win. So we're 10-5. 10-5. Now we go to Vegas. We go to Vegas and we play the Raiders. Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, the other receiver, which is pretty good, number 13. They got I'm not sold on their running game. Their defense is okay. Crosby is a beast. They added Jones from the Cardinals. But the Niners, by that time, Trey Lance is going to be smoking. By this time of the season, Trey Lance is going to be getting better and better and better. He's going to get more comfortable with Debo, with Brandon Ayuk, with Danny Gray, George Kittle. The defense is going to be smoking hot on the front four. The secondary is going to be very solid. We will go into Las Vegas and we will beat the Raiders. We're going to kill the Raiders. Mark my words. So now we are 11-5. Now, we wind up ending this season at home against Arizona. Now, I know we lost to Arizona twice last year. We had no business losing to Arizona. No business. I don't see that happening this year. I see us sweeping Arizona this year. Payback. So I see the Niners beating Arizona at home, and we will end up with a 12-5 record. 12-5 record. And we will make the playoffs. And once you're in the playoffs, anything can happen, right? So I expect the Niners to what's up, David Williams? How you doing, sir? Say we go 12-5. This is where I have the Niners at 12-5. 12-5 or 13-4 if we stay healthy. It's a possibility, Roberto. We are faithful to the Bay, not to the Raiders. We beat them, get them out of here. Absolutely, Jamie. Yes, we will be playoff bound. If we can stay healthy, if Jason Verrett can stay healthy, the secondary is going to be scary good. And if the secondary can cover, that means the quarterbacks are going to have to hold the ball a little bit longer than they want to. And that's going to be music to Nick Bosa and Drake Jackson on the outside. And if the quarterback decides he steps into the pocket, well, say hello to Mr. Javon Kinlaw and Eric Armstead. This defense is going to be scary good if we can remain healthy throughout the year. That is the opponent that I don't want to lose to, of staying healthy or getting hurt. Now, a lot of people are doubting Trey Lance. They're calling him a bust, blah, blah, blah. I don't care what the outside people say. I believe that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch did not give up 3 number ones for a quarterback they do not believe in. They did not give that much value to a quarterback they don't believe in. The fact that Jimmy G is still on the roster means nothing. The fact that Jimmy G is still on the roster means nothing. He is on the roster because they're waiting for him to clear his physical. They're waiting for a team that may suffer a loss to their quarterback during preseason or training camp. They could call the Niners for the services of one Jimmy G. But I guarantee you, Jimmy G is not on this roster because they doubt Trey Lance. That whole Jimmy G is still on the roster because some people say they're not completely sold on Trey Lance. And then people say, well, why haven't the Niners named Trey Lance as a starter? Why do they have to do that? Jimmy is coming off an injury or surgery. Trey is getting all the reps with the starters. Right? The Niners are trying to trade Jimmy. Why in the world would the Niners name Trey the starter and take some of that value off of Jimmy? There's no need for it. So the Niners fans can be happy? Yeah. They're not going to name Trey a starter so the Niners, for those that worry and are worry warts, oh my goodness, he's a starter now. We can now relax. But in their mind, he is a starter. You do not give up that type of capital for a quarterback that you don't believe in. You just don't. They did. You got to remember, last year, they traded up to the third pick overall a month ahead. They had plenty of time to look at Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. They did their due diligence. They did their homework. And they came out to the conclusion that out of those three quarterbacks, Trey Lance gave the Niners the highest ceiling. Now, is Trey Lance going to struggle a little bit? Of course. Every quarterback struggles. Every quarterback has to make adjustments on the fly, week by in and week out. But will Trey Lance get better every week? I truly believe he will. I truly believe Trey Lance will get better each week. And I believe that Trey Lance will be way better in December than he was in September. So the whole fact that Trey Lance isn't the quarterback the Niners wanted, and that's why Jimmy G is still on the... Listen, if Jimmy G did not have to have that surgery, when he did, and I don't believe that Jimmy and his party sabotaged the 49ers. I don't believe that for a second. Jimmy did not sabotage, or Jimmy did not get back at the Niners by having a late surgery. Jimmy was doing everything within his power to hopefully avoid surgery. But the facts were that even though he tried everything that he tried, at the end of the day, he needed surgery. And that put a damper on the trade value for Jimmy. If it wasn't for that surgery, I believe Jimmy would have been gone already. Jimmy would have been gone. They believe in Trey Lance. Whether you believe in Trey Lance or not, whether all these talking heads believe in Trey Lance or not, it doesn't matter. The San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, and John Lynch, they believe in this young man. If they didn't, they wouldn't have given up all that capital to move up and get him. Trey Lance under Kyle Shanahan will be a great quarterback. How good he will be, we don't know. Does he have the potential to be great? Absolutely. It is all up to Trey. But for what I've seen and heard, Trey is very smart, has a great head on his shoulders, and I expect him to continue to get better and better and better. And I expect to win multiple championships with Trey under center. And this is not me being biased, being a homer. This is me looking at Justin Fields, Mac Jones, and Trey Lance. And the Niners had the luxury of drafting Trey and sitting him for 1 year. I believe that if they didn't have Jimmy, they probably would have been forced to take Justin Fields just because they needed a quarterback with a little bit more experience, or Mac Jones. And that would have been a disaster. I don't care how Mac Jones looked in New England last year. It is not how you start, but it's how you finish that impresses me. The fact that the Niners had the luxury of drafting a raw quarterback with great potential like Trey Lance and able to sit him for 1 year behind Jimmy was a great situation for both parties. It was great for the 49ers and it was great for Trey. I know a lot of 49er fans wanted Trey to start last year. Let him learn. Throw him out there. Let him learn. Let him take his bump and bruises. Sometimes when you do that and a quarterback gets beat down, throws interceptions, sulky, in your mind, if he gets to you mentally and you start doubting yourself, that can be a huge factor. The fact that he was able to sit behind Jimmy for 1 year, I can't tell you how important that was. Now, you may say, well, wait a minute, Niner Sickness. He sat behind Jimmy, not Patrick Mahomes. Or he sat behind Jimmy, not Tom Brady. Yeah, on the field, how much can he truly learn from Jimmy? But one thing I believe that he learned from Jimmy is how to deal with adversity. We were losing a lot of games last year. He was able to watch Jimmy keep his poise. He was able to watch Jimmy address the media. And those things are important from this young man. And I believe he learned a lot from Jimmy, not necessarily on the field, but off the field. How he dealt with the media. How did Jimmy handle the pressure? How did Jimmy interact with his teammates after he lost? Those are the key things that Trey learned. Now he's going to come in this year and he's going to learn on the field. But he's going to be able to handle adversity because he's seen Jimmy do it. And I really agree that sitting Trey was important for his development. Now we're going to see Trey with 1 year under his belt. That game against Arizona and then the game against the Texans was night and day. Especially in the second half of the Texan game. You saw that Kyle was able to loosen the reins on Trey, open up the playbook a little bit more in the second half of the Texans, and you saw Trey flourish before your eyes. I expect Trey to get better and better and better as he plays games. We're building around him. We already have some valuable pieces. The fact that the Niners did not trade Debo, for me, it speaks volumes of how much they want to surround Trey with great players. The fact that they're working it out with Debo. Debo is crucial for the development of Trey Lance, in my opinion. And then you got Brandon Ayuk, which I think he's going to take off this year. I think he's going to have one of his best years so far. And then you have George Kittle, straight down the middle. And then you added a speed guy like Danny Gray, who can take the tops off a defense. Now, the offensive line is a question. What is going to happen with our offensive line? We lost Tomlinson to free agency to the Jets. We don't know what we have in Aaron Banks. Will he be able to replace Tomlinson at left guard? We drafted a couple of prospects this year that could also fight for that spot. We don't know what we're getting in Mike McClinchy. He was never great to start off with. He's coming off a major injury. Is he going to be able to hold his own at the right tackle? We don't have to worry about our left tackle unless injury occurs. And I pray that no injury takes place with Trent Williams. We are set there. There's a question mark at the center. Is Alex Mack going to retire? Is he going to retire, or is he going to come back? I don't want to see Daniel Brunskill under center. As we develop Donovan West, I do not want to see Daniel Brunskill under center. I'd rather keep him at right guard. We added a key piece to our running game. We know that Kyle Shanahan loves to run the football. Unfortunately, we seem to always get injured in that area, and we lose players. We lost Raheem Mostert for the whole year. That definitely put a glimpse on what Kyle Shanahan had planned for last year. So what do the Niners do? They drafted T.Y. Davis Price from UCLA, a bruiser, a down your throat running back, a big running back that can take away runs from Deebo Samuel. This is the Niners telling Deebo, we're still going to use you in that capacity because you are just a good player, but we're not going to abuse you either. We brought a big back in Davis Price that can get those hard first downs on third downs, in my opinion, and give Deebo a little bit less beat down on his body. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Trey Sermon. I don't know what's going on with Trey Sermon. I hope Trey Sermon is going to be able to come in this year, already knows the offense, finding those Kyle Shanahan's offense. I've been watching him on Instagram. He's been showing a lot of great footwork. If Trey Sermon can be good, him and Price, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson Jr., and Hasty can be a very dangerous combination in that backfield. And we can't forget about Juice. We can't forget about Juice. It's going to be fun to watch with Deebo, with Brandon Ayuk, with the addition of Danny Gray, Kittle. Danny Gray is going to help out a lot towards Kittle. Just watch what Danny Gray does. And then we can't forget about our boy. He's been coming along little by little. He's been gaining more confidence. The Niners have more confidence in him. And Jawan Jennings. I really like Jawan Jennings in this offense. I expect him to have a way better year. If we can protect Trey Lance, if Trey Lance can continue to develop quickly, make less mental errors, this offense is going to be very, very explosive, in my opinion. We already know what we're getting in the defense. Somebody mentioned Drake Jackson out of USC. He's raw, very raw, but his potential is very high. Under Chris Kaserik, next to Nick Bosa, I expect Drake Jackson to develop into that pass rusher that we are missing in D Ford. So now you have Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, and again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I say this because I am convicted by it. Nobody knows the future. Certainly not me. If I did, I'll be buying some lotto tickets. But Javon Kinlaw was dealing with a pain in his knee that was festering him. And even then, he played very well against the run. He finally had it taken care of. He says he feels brand new, like a new man. So, I expect Javon Kinlaw to be a monster this season. I really do. I expect him to be a monster. So you got Nick Bosa, Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, Charlie Omenihu, Samson Ecom, or Drake Jackson on the opposite side of Bosa. And we have quality depth on that front line. Second year for D'Amico Ryans taking over that defense. I'm telling you, we're going to be scary. Man. Scary good. Mike and Banks, Kittle, Kinglake step up for Trey Lance. Listen, my prediction, I know it's early. I know it's only May. A lot of you serious 49er fans will be like, I can't believe you predicted in May what the Niners might be in September. This is a podcast. There's nothing really to do in May anymore. Why not do a prediction for the fun of it? So I predict the 49ers to be 12-5. Make the playoffs. And from that point on, we would have to wait and see. I am a believer in Trey Lance. I truly believe Trey Lance will be our quarterback this year and going forward. Jimmy won't be on the roster. Again, before I leave this show right now, I want to remind you that Jimmy's not on the roster because they doubt Trey or because they don't believe in Trey. Jimmy is on this roster because he has surgery. And because of the surgery, teams were afraid to trade for him. But once he heals and passes physical, the Niners will move him. And as worst case scenario, they will cut him. But they're not going to pay him $25 million to be a backup. And they had reassured Trey, you are the starter And we're going with you. It is the media and certain 49er fans that are concerned that Jimmy's still on the roster because they believe that the Niners are not confident in Trey. That is far from the truth. Trey is the starter, will be the starter, and the Niners are confident in Trey Lance. Jimmy being on the roster is just a bit of a setback due to the surgery that he needed to have on his throwing shoulder. But he will be gone. All right, guys. You guys have been amazing. That is my record, 12-5, my prediction. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the Niner Sickness podcast. You guys are amazing. Thank you for allowing me to come on here and spill what's on my mind. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next Niner Sickness podcast. Peace. Go Niners, baby. I am out.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,